At the Smithsonian National Air and Space Museum, Skylab 4 Commander Gerald Carr visits the duplicate of the spacecraft he once called home.
I'm remembering all of the meals we had around this table in the wardroom. One of the things we always did on my mission was we always ate together.
With a freezer on board, Skylab's menu was as gourmet and luxurious as space food ever got.
We had 3 types of food. We had frozen food, and that was things like ice cream, filet mignon, lobster Newburg, roast pork and dressing. The second type of food was freeze-dried, and that's kind of what you get in a sporting goods store, camping food. The third type of food we had was canned food. NASA had a fancy term, they call it thermal stabilized, but it was just plain old canned food. And most of that was our fruits.
Feeding astronauts on Mars is an entirely new challenge for NASA's food lab.
When the missions were short, the crew members, really the importance of food was way at the, way down the list as far as they were concerned. They considered it a camping trip. It was, I can find something I like, no big deal. But then, early in station, we ran into some situations where food supplies ran low or coffee supplies ran low on orbit. And it became very obvious that this was a big deal for the crew members.
We all enjoy our time around the galley table. I believe I hold the record for daily calorie intake. I was over 5,000 calories a day for the first several weeks I was up there. When you're exercising hard, you sort of want more food.
But it cost $50,000 in fuel to lift the weight of a small bottle of water into space. And each astronaut would require more than 4,000 pounds of food over a 3-year trip to Mars. That's a $320 million restaurant tab per person. So it won't be practical to carry all their nutrition with them. Instead, they'll have a high-tech interior kitchen garden for growing their own food.
Once we're on the surface of Mars, we're going to be using what we call a bioregenerative food system. So this food system would include growing vegetables, fruits, and maybe other baseline crops.